Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect here, live on the Dukect Lounge. How are you doing this evening? I hope you are doing great, because honestly, I am in a good mood as well, and I am so happy to be here on this Wednesday evening, as it were, evening here on TalkShoe.com, live on TalkShoe.com, and we are here, with you here. Live on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me here on this great Wednesday evening. So, what is up? What are we going to talk about? Because so many things that we should be talking about. And I think there are a lot of things to talk about here on this. There's so many things. The previous Lucha Underground episode, the stuff that happened on the previous Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, and all that good stuff. But honestly, there's one thing I want to talk about that has been getting the internet world, a bit on a flutter, a little bit of anger in the entire, people are getting a little angry about this. A little bit of that anger here about this situation. A little anger about what's going on, about what's happening on with the previous WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and a lot of people seem to be a little upset about it. Some people are angry. Some people are like, "What happened? How can the fans do this?" And other side say, "Hey, this is what the WWE fan base is right now." Now, drink some water to keep myself cool and hydrated, which hopefully you are as well. Because Lord knows this summer is hot. So, yeah. But a lot of people, here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. During the main event of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, it was not Roman Reigns in the main event. It wasn't the WWE Championship that was in the main event. It wasn't Rusev versus AJ Styles, where I think he should have been in the main event. Because I think those two are great. And they had a really good match. Possibly great, because honestly, I'll push that to great because they actually wrestle. They actually sold. They actually did attacking the body parts and actually affecting the match. Especially Rusev, AJ attacking Rusev's leg and prevented Rusev to get the accolade fully. Boom! And I'm like, where was this? And I missed that so much. There was actually a consequence of that. For that alone, I actually put that up there. Sure, the match was a little bit too slow paced, but I really liked the fact it got better near the end. And I liked the fact that actually contributed to the finish of the match. Just seeing Rusev, if Rusev was 100, this leg wasn't injured, he would have probably won the WWE Championship. There, boom. Just wish that wrestling had that, more often. Anyway. But here we are. The Extreme Rules, the main event was Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship, a 30-minute Iron Man match. And this crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this crowd. Oh, boy. Let's get into this where the crowd. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Now, let's look at, the people here in the crowd were like, what they did. What did this crowd do? This crowd was chanting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And every time the clock went down to 10 seconds. So it was, when it was like 20 minutes, and it was like, it was going to 20 to like 11, it said 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And like it was our Royal Rumble and such. And it was right there. They kept doing it over the, and then the audience was, the audience did not like, the audience were having fun. They wouldn't care about the match. And personally, the match didn't deserve to be cared because I think the match was pretty dull. And I'll say it. Yeah, Seth and Dolph Ziggler didn't really have much. I'm like, the Iron Man match stipulation didn't earn that stipulation. It didn't make any sense to the story. They didn't really do anything. Most of it was like pinning combinations. I didn't care for it. I did not care for. I was like, this match did not need a this match did not need a 30-minute Iron Man match. It's by first off 30 minutes instead of 60, which is like and two, why not make it a 2 out of 3 falls match? First fall is a regular fall for the, say, for example, a regular fight. Boom. And you have Seth, does something, looks like he's about to win. Then Dolph Ziggler, you have, in a straight wrestling match, you have, Seth beat Dolph Ziggler there. It's up 1-0. Second fall is pretty much a street fight. That gives, McIntyre a way to interfere. And, interfere. And then next helps Ziggler win the match or something like that. Bam. And then the third fall, I don't know. A match that I don't know. We didn't have a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. And it looks like you could have the same type of situation and you still have Drew basically say getting knocked out because of the street fight something. Seth takes down Drew McIntyre for the majority of the ladder match, and it looks like, Seth's about to win. Drew can come in, distract or whatever, Seth, that sort of thing. You can still have that type of wacky finish that can have Dolph Ziggler still win. You can have that. But with the Iron Man 30-minute Iron Man matches, I just can't stand. This 30-minute Iron Man match. It's not an Iron Man match when you have majority of your wrestlers compete in 25 to 30-minute matches daily. Heck, it's on Monday Night Raws. You have matches go to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes on Raw. So what's the appeal? What's the appeal of this match? The answer, not at all. There is not much appeal for this match. So yeah. Anyway, the match just goes on and just keeps going on and on. And the crowd was entertaining themselves, which, at this point, it's not really surprising. Then they took the clock away and the crowd booed, hey, there's no clock and such. And then they just kept doing it. They looked at their phones, still had the WWE Network on their phones, and they were counting down anyway. In fact, if I can find a clip, I think I do have a clip of this. I sent it to, I don't know if I can actually play it. But yeah, they did. They have a clip of the said show, the match, and then during the clock was out, they said Ziggler, and I quote, when he was just in a headlock, he's like, it's worse than when the clock was up there. It was worse than when the clock was here. Seth, that's Ziggler said that. Ziggler, it's worse than when the clock was here. Seth, that's why they should have left it up. All during the match, by the way. I love that. And then when the clock reappeared, that clock got the biggest pop of the night, with the biggest celebration. I'm like, Daniel Bryan, I don't know. It's sort of like if Daniel Bryan appeared on the screen or something. I don't know. But by gosh, I didn't think Daniel Bryan didn't get this big of a pop. But by gosh, that clock was right. I think it was up there, even louder than the clock that was used in the use. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow. I mean, wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is just sad. So sad. Oh gosh, that is. Oh goodness gracious, this show, and they kept on counting, and the thing is, in the last 5 minutes, it actually stopped counting because, well, they actually did something interesting in the ring. And then it was a tied, and I'm like, okay, the tie goes, they're going to go to sudden death. I don't know why I don't know why Kurt needed to be out there to say sudden death. I'm like, there's sudden death. There's always a sudden death. But yeah. And Ziggler wins with Drew McIntyre showing up, wins the match, and then that's it. I'm like, yeah. And the pay-per-view ends with Seth Rollins just looking despondent and sad. In fact, I think Seth Rollins, I'll see if I can find it. Well, let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Where is that? Let's see. Where is it? Because I know I have it here. The tweet that Seth Rollins did. Situation about it. Let's see, where is it? And I will show it to you. It's Seth basically saying 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Right here it is. Seth Rollins, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He knows this. And it's not the first time. He responded. I think he said something way back when the red everything belt was revealed. He was like, disappointing you, Brooklyn. But I think this is what he says, Yep. But I like this. But yeah, there's so much stupid stuff in the match too. I can go into it. But you know what? I said this on my Twitter, and I will repeat this. It's what me and Rowdy C, when he does his little podcast about the wrestling reaction and such, is he's like this. We said this, and we will continue to say it. That you continue to placate to these, like, well, we want Seth Rollins, we want to. I'm like, you placate to the smallest amount, to the smarks, these people who loudly shout, and I will put myself in, I like in the internet wrestling community or whatever they are. You will put that same type of audience. Guess what? You're going to get that type of audience. You're going to get that response. And I put this on WWE as well because they have been doing this for years. They have been cultural. They wanted WWE to be a part of the show. They want the fan base to be. They have leaned in on this. Heck, even wrestlers saying the beach balls, John Cena said beach balls are cool. Like, no, man, get rid of the beach balls. But then again, that's what this is what they have cultivated over the years. They have cultivated this lack of, like, trying to make the people in power of the show, the chants and everything else. They should have cut that off immediately. Started like back in 2011, 2012. This chanting, this stuff, it's the WWE fault for putting this stuff up and placating this for years, and it's the fans as well. I mean, yeah, I blame some of the fans on this. I put some of the heat on the fans who just think they're so, there's some of these fans who think they know all this other stuff. I mean, they think they have us planned, but yet they don't have the humility or thinking that, oh, this stuff might not work out. Oh, maybe people might not like this. Ugh. And I like this one. This tweet I retweeted right here. It says, I'll put this right here. Like it's right here, and I think this pretty much puts it right here. WWE fans talk shit all month long about how BS is for Roman to be in every pay-per-view main event. Then you get an Intercontinental title match on the main event, and you decide to chant for the goddamn clock. See, you can't. I'm like, this is why no one should listen to you. Exactly. And by the way, people were so mad that WWE's picking the Intercontinental title to go for WWF. This is history. They have done this before. In fact, they did this right back in SummerSlam in 1992 when you had Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, that championship match and then the count out. That was not the main event. The true main event was Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. That great Intercontinental match. What I will say, that Intercontinental, let me tell you something. That Intercontinental title was leagues above, seriously, honestly, that Intercontinental title has much more. That back in 1992 has more prestige and more interesting stuff behind it than not only doesn't it hell. I would say it's right round the WWE championship on the Universal title. That's more prestige than that. I'm like, seriously. Frozen water is amazing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, WWE, you fans, the company, all this taken L because of this. Well, you know, and that's what it is. And yeah, you know what? And people say, "Oh, I'm blaming Iron Man." No, I do not blame the Iron Man match concept for this. It is if you want to talk about a bad match, I think Ziggler and Seth, like I said, did not fit the match character type at all. I mean, heck, you had the Mac versus versus Johnny Mundo at a all night long match at Lucha Underground. That match right there was great because they involved everyone. They involved every person in that match. It felt like that match was leagues above this because, one, both wrestlers engaged the crowd, and not just engaged it, but also make the crowd, they made sure the crowd was engaged in them with the character arcs they did, stuff in that match. What they did made them care. Heck, made me watching care. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler did not make me care about this. All they did was a lot of moves, just moves, rest holds, rest hold, move. Where's the character stuff? Where's the character dynamics? Sure, you got a little stuff for Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, a little bit, but what was that stuff throughout the match? It felt like a Raw match that just had a 30-minute time limit. That should be, the Iron Man match should tell a story. There was no story in this match, and that's why the people were engaged and they did not care. So yeah. So for the just playing wrestling stuff here, this is and I'll say this again, wrestling fans, just like the wrestling stuff, man, this stuff right here is going to affect W. Like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be doing all these Iron Man matches and such, which is a shame because if you have the people, the talents to do so, they can make the Iron Man match interesting and engaging. That's what you have to do. Like Randy Orton and John Cena made an Iron Man match entertaining and engaging. I watched that and it's actually, wow, this is so much better because they get it. And the company let them get that stuff because they do have chemistry. Seth and Ziggler, Seth and Dolph don't have that type of chemistry. Or the company not letting them have that chemistry. Because if you let them have that chemistry, if you let them have that type of stuff, you can build something great there. And also, I have to say Jonathan Coachman is just the worst because he was actually I remember one thing he said that really pissed me. I guess he said when Michael was talking about Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, that classic match is still one of my favorite matches, by the way. Seriously, I watched that match. I was like, man, these two just, it fit that match fit everything perfectly about these two great wrestlers. It just built the match there about how Shawn Michaels he wanted to prove that he's the greatest wrestler of all time. He wanted to prove it. This is his second go around to go to win the Royal Rumble. He wanted to prove it. He took he did the catch can with and such. Then you have Bret Hart, the best there is, best there is, best there ever will be. These two just like, wow, man, this is gonna be really good. And this wrestling technique, it was really good. I still love it. It could be a little bit long. I can see why it could be a little tedious at times, but it really did well. And it just told a great story, and it is part of WrestleMania history. And hell, not just WrestleMania, I would say pro wrestling history. Probably one of the best Iron Man matches of all time. And they didn't score one fall until the last minute when Shawn Michaels hit that sweet chin music and became the boyhood dream came reality. Boom! There, because they got it. That was it. And I'm like, we don't have that. And that's sad. And that's really is sad, ladies and gentlemen. But that's just it. That's my personal stuff about that. If you have something to say in the comments section, go right ahead, because I want to hear you what you said in the comments, because Lord knows it's going to be very interesting and fun. I want to debate. I want nice stuff there. Comments, tag me, all that good stuff. I want to talk about this because this is something really good. We're probably going to be talking about this again really soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a topic that will be continually discussed, not just in the Dukect Lounge, but all over the IWC later to come. So, who knows? Because this conversation is just going to keep going and going, and we don't know where it's going to lead. But I think this is a conversation worth having. And what should be done, I don't know. But as for me, I'm going to sit back and have these nice little conversations, and hopefully they will bring me at least some extra dollars coming in my way. All right, but on the wheel, let's hopefully we can come to this debate. I want to hear the other side, all the sides here, a little bit decorum on that stuff and everything else. All right. Anyway, we're going to take a break here, and coming back, we're going to be looking at Lucha Underground. See the next episode of Lucha Underground. Oh my gosh, man, Lucha Underground. Break the Machine. We're going to review that. Right after this song, we're going to be taking a listen to another song from, another song from Speeding Towards Adventure, 25 Years of Sonic the Hedgehog. Get that from OC Remix. You should listen to OC Remixes. The albums they make, they're amazing. They're awesome. Even the singles they produce, they're great. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go do that. It's nice. It's great. It's beautiful. It's something you need to do. Anyway, regardless and such, they're great. They do great work. They're very talented. And we're going to be listening to, we are going to listening to, let's listen to, Speeding Towards Adventure with Jotaro featuring Tuba McGee, Furlas, and Azuki 316. Hopefully you will like that and listen to this. It is a instrumental, so go ahead, listen, get the album. It's free on ocremix.com. Anyway, this is Duke CT. We'll be right back right after this, live on TalkShoe.com. We are back here live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here on the Dukect Lounge. If you want to call and do the live show, remember the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Well, Lucha Underground Season 4. And by goodness, what a show, ladies and gentlemen. What a show. What a show, my friend. What a show. There's been some good stuff, bad stuff, all the things in it. But you know what? There's a lot more good for Lucha Underground. And I gotta say though, let's see. There's a lot of good stuff here. And I gotta say, we had some really good stuff here. So let's take a look at what happened this week, Lucha Underground. We have a debut, ladies and gentlemen, as we have this brand new version of the Rabbit Tribe since their reveal of Killer Cross as the leader of the White Rabbit. But since then, Paul, this new look, but London looked a little more of the dark side and such. This is a very different Rabbit Tribe taking on this newcomer, Desmond X, who is, well, Desmond Xavier from Impact Wrestling. Interesting. But this match was actually very good. Good match, quick little matches. Both London and Desmond have good chemistry with each other. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, this match was for an Ancient Aztec medallion. And this was a really good match. And like I said, this is a good match. Both guys have good chemistry with each other. But yet, you have this nice, Desmond X, well, as the song says, X was going to give it to you, and he gave it all to London, and he used his kicks, he just hit him with some nice big moves, but at the end of the day, it was the most dangerous move that finally took down Paul London. A roll-up. Seriously, the most powerful move in all professional wrestling at some points. The roll-up, the surprise roll-up is more, just go catch people so unawares and such. It's amazing. I just love that. I love that. Like, if it's implemented well, the roll-up is great. And it was implemented well. So yeah, this is a surprise. I thought he was going to lose and Paul London was going to go on but win this. But wow, this is actually really good. I like the fact Desmond X is going to be in the conversation for the Gift of the Gods Championship. And then next segment is we have Antonio Cueto and then a Papa Cueto champion. The other says he came out, congratulated Desmond X for the final. He brought up every single one of the competitors of the Gift of the Gods and medallions. Each one. You had Dragon Azteca Jr., King Cueto, Ivelisse, Desmond X, Son of Havoc, The Mac, and Mil Muertes came down, placed their medallions, the title, and got in the ring, and he says, oh yes, he said, he talked about some lucky numbers. 7 was lucky numbers. He said, he said always found 7 to be an unlucky number. So he says only 6 will be competing for the Gift of the Gods Championship. So you know what he does? So he said not 7, 6. 6 people will be competing for the Gift of the Gods Championship. So he's booked an impromptu battle royal. The winner gets to compete next week. The winner gets to choose who doesn't get to compete next week. And then this match, this is quick. This battle royal match was quick, very quick. Because King Cueto was eliminated, and then Ivelisse was eliminated via Mil Muertes. Desmond X was gone as well. Mil Muertes just gone, just taking people out one by one. And then you have Havoc take down. Thanks of Havoc and Mac helping. Well, not really helping and such. Dragon Azteca was trying to do a nice little reversal to take down Mil Muertes, but yet took both of them out, and then it was between Mac and Havoc in the same ring. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, the Trios champions have fought again. It's like the Trios champions have been fighting against each other the last time the Trios championships were defended was against I think it was basically against Famous B's crew. And after that, his ankle was shattered and such. So yes, I don't know. It's amazing that the Trios champions have fought more against each other than actually defending the titles. But they didn't want to fight, which is surprising. So you know what? Havoc did a top rope dive, eliminating himself, so Mac can pretty much say, okay, it's on you. Who's going to be out? So, and Antonio said, you know what? Okay, Mac, who wants to kick out next week's match? He said, you know what? He says, Mac said he likes to think he's not afraid of any man. And But Mill says, well, but you, Mill, you scared the shit out of him. Word per word, by the way. I love the fact this is on cable, so they can't bleep this out. So he said, Mill, you're out. And Mill took it well by basically destroying every single person around the ring. So yeah, Mill is now out of the Gift of the Gods, and now he cannot reclaim that champion. That way of him reclaiming the Lucha Underground Championship has been, well, that route is closed for him. Next up is actually a really surprisingly good match as Vibra takes on Johnny Mundo, and this huge this huge war. Yeah, this huge war between the Worldwide Underground and the Reptile Tribe. I am like, I'm like, seriously? This match, I'm like, this feud, I'm like, I love the fact that these two heel factions are fighting against each other. It's amazing. I love it. These two, they're both basically villains, so they're cheating, both of them cheating, and it's just hilarious. And the characters are like, you could easily root for Worldwide Underground if you want, but you can also root for the Lizard, the Reptile Tribe too, because I gotta say, Vibra really did some good stuff here. Vibra looked really good. He was, Vibra did not do, much in the previous year on Lucha Underground, but now he's doing all these moves, like hitting like huge moves, kicks, not just something, but just moonsaults. I'm like, dude, for that tall, I'm like, yeah, he's impressive. But I'm like, man, you need to slow that down. You don't need to do all that type of stuff, man. You're big, you're strong. Just go on, just laying people out. That's what I believe. You're too big for doing all this stuff, but he makes it look good, so I'm okay for it for right now. But I'm like, yeah, it's exciting, but hey, you gotta look at the future because big men doing that don't last long in the wrestling business. Just saying, big dudes like that should just stick with it. No, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But that's just me. But yeah, Vibra, John Mundo, they're having their fight. Meanwhile, you had Lucha Underground, the Worldwide Underground, and the Reptile Tribe going after each other. You had PJ Black showing up, whacking Vibra with a chair while Taya distracted the referee. You had Drago and Daga, and pretty much going out there. You had the Reptile Tribe running off Tyra and PJ Black, and since then, you pretty much have Vibra doing all, duck the chair shot, kick to the face with a power bomb and a choke slam, and it looked like it was over, but yeah, Ricky Mundo pulled Johnny out of the ring, and then Vibra pretty much, like I said, did a moonsault, a dive on both of them. Then you have, some nice kicks from on Vibra, but then Vibra hit some hit some nice kick. It hit some nice kicks, but yeah, Vibra grabbed him from the grabbed him like he was like, oh my gosh, he's on the ropes. He grabbed him and then just choke slammed him from that, and then won. 1, 2, 3. And then the Worldwide Underground arrived with chairs and laid everyone out. Laid Vibra out. Laid Cobra Moon out. And then you have then you had the Reptiles. Just a huge brawl. A huge ruckus came out. And they all fighting each other. And then those factions are like, it went. After that, they went to commercial. Then you have XO-Licious did a promo and all this stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I liked it. It's a nice little promo he did. And then you had Jack Evans talking to the doll and then Ricky Mantel and such, saying, They say, hey, we could really use you because we're in the middle of a war with, the reptile tribe. And Evans like, said, but Jack Evans like, no, I want to get this dude Exolicious. And Evans like, Mundo knows he doesn't do reptiles and such. Says, yeah, I'm good. Says, And meanwhile, you have Mandel left. And then you have, yeah. Meanwhile, you have Jack Evans like rolls out and leaves. And then the doll kept him saying, then you have Mandel, like the doll's telling Ricky Mandel saying, you should do some bad things to him. Hurt him like he did Hunako. And he says, no, he couldn't do that. Johnny will be mad. And he says, do you want to do everything what Johnny says? Johnny will do what you want to do to Ricky Mandel. So, I don't know. This looks like to be very interesting to say the least. Then, I can't wait till this whole thing plays out. The weird, creepy stuff. Then we have our main event. Cage versus Pentagon Dark for the Lucha Underground Championship. And man, Cage came out, just beat the hell out of people. Beat the hell out of Pentagon and just beat the hell out of Pentagon. And but yeah, Pentagon came back with some kicks. They Cage like, get that out of here, knocks it down with the forearm, and then you have him just slamming him down to cement. And then, you have then Pentagon far back, choking down Cage with a camera wire. And then it just keeps going more. And heck, one of the big moves in there, Cage tied around Pentagon's match and just Pentagon's mask, which, if you listen to my Luke Cage Season 2 discussion, I said something like Pentagon's match could be somewhat, Iron Fist should look into, because seriously, that thing right there, Pentagon, something like Pentagon would actually work. I believe that. But he tied the back of Pentagon's match to a steel barricade and just proceeded to beat him down with his fist and just kick him, beat him, and everything else. But it looked like it was all over. And Cage got a chair, but Penta ducked under the chair at the last second. He must have got that loose and such. Got his mask detangled. But now Pentagon came back with the strikes, and the crowd was by him, said Cero Miro and such, and such, but it didn't help. A Cage reversed it, the package power drive into a buckle bomb, and it just like Cage looks like it was impossible to beat him, but yet Pentagon Dark keeps coming back, and yet because that Pentagon hits the flipping, hit not one but two flipping power drivers and a package power driver to pick up the victory. Kind of same way he took down Matanza. So yeah, he beats Pentagon Dark, picks up the victory. But then, after the match is over, Pentagon wanted to take Cage's arm. He wanted to rip it apart, but yet Cage is so strong that he got up with Pentagon on his back in the fireman's carry, and then slams him down, crashing on his own belt. And he picks up a microphone. He says Pentagon Dark can't break his arm because he's not a man. He's a machine. So even though Cage lost this championship, it looks like his quest for the title is not over yet, as Pentagon lays down, beaten once again. Is this feud over, or will Cage have another chance? Who knows? Because Pentagon Dark wants Cage's arm. He wants his arm to break the machine, but Cage wants a title. Cage wants the Lucha Underground Championship. So what's gonna happen next week? Who knows? Because next week we have the Gift of the Gods, the champs, the Gift of the Gods championship. So who's gonna win? I would say the Mac or the Son of Havoc. Personally, I'm leaning more towards Evil East. I'm leaning towards that Who knows? But I would not be surprised if Son of Havoc or the Mac win. Just saying. Just saying. Who knows? But maybe King Cornell might get it. But there are E's and pieces. I want to hear what you think, because I think Evil Lise, I'm leaning towards her. But I would not be surprised if either Son of Havoc or the Mac pick up the victory. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Evil Lise. But if you want to press me, I think the Mac wins this, and he goes on and faces Pentagon Dark. I don't know who faces Pentagon Dark and wins out of this crew. Dragon Azteca Jr. does make the most sense feud-wise, but he hasn't been, these are the people I would like to see, but who would make sense for a feud for Pentagon Dark? Who knows? That's the thing. I mean, that's the thing, Son of Havoc has that type of, that is pretty much, hey, he comes closer many times, and Pentagon Dark stopped him from winning the Gift of the Gods last time. So it could be a nice little thing. The Gift of the Gods, Son of Havoc cashes in next week, and he actually beats Pentagon Dark. So who knows? But anyway, that's going to be the thing. What's going to happen? I don't know. Who knows? Same thing for Dragon Azteca. But then again, Dragon Azteca already got his revenge by breaking Pentagon Dark's arm. But then again, Pentagon probably wants that thing back. So he might break his arm. So who knows? What's going to happen there? I don't know. But like I said, if you press me, I say Son of Havoc. I would like to say Evil Lise, but, I would like to see her win the championship. But I don't know. I think it's probably going to be, again, I lean towards Son of Havoc to win the Gift of the Gods match next week. I see him I see Son of Havoc go all the way and win. Second, I think Mac, and third shot is Evil Lise. Those are my top three. I want to hear what your comments say about that. And that's pretty much it for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube, on Dukect, and also watching this on manexpression.com. Also on Freaking Awesome Network. Listen to this on iTunes, BitChute, or whatever. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of this great show here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Anyway, that's it for the show. Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.